Hello guys, welcome to my channel Psychology Point. Today we are talking about the psychology of people who crave emotional pain. So let's start. The paradox of tragedy in narrative art. Biologically speaking, human motivation operates on a simple binary. We are wired to seek positive emotional states and avoid physical or psychological pain. But look at our consumption of narrative art, and that rule collapses. We actively pay money to sit in dark rooms and consume stories designed to inflict fear, grief, and despair. Philosophers call this the paradox of tragedy. It relies on three colliding premises. Humans avoid pain. Tragedy causes pain. Humans intentionally pursue tragedy. This structural contradiction is a problem that extends well beyond aesthetics. It reveals a massive gap in how we map human cognitive architecture. If we actively seek out simulated suffering, then the foundational models we use to explain human drive are either completely broken or missing a vital component. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the environment where this psychological distress is most effectively engineered: the theater. In the 20th century, few writers constructed despair quite like the playwright Eugene O'Neill. His masterpiece, Long Day's Journey into Night, is a grueling, hours-long depiction of his own family's collapse, dragging the audience through cycles of addiction, failure, and mutual destruction. People who watch this play do not report feeling like detached observers. They describe the experience as a physical exhaustion, born from acute, prolonged empathy for the characters. To explain exactly how the brain processes this experience, we will dismantle three classical philosophical defenses of the paradox, and then use modern neurobiology to identify the mechanical reality of mixed feelings. Solving this anomaly requires that we stop pretending the pain of art is an illusion and start investigating why our nervous system actively craves it. The Stoic Distance theory. The first major attempt to explain away the pain is the Stoic Distance theory. This model argues that humans possess a latent sense of schadenfreude. According to the Stoics, we enjoy watching tragedy strictly because we know we are safe from the suffering ourselves. A University of Alberta study tested this by measuring empathy against perceived reality. This chart compares a story's factual nature against reported empathetic response. When subjects read a factual account, empathy remained low, but when presented as fiction, readers reported significantly higher sadness. This breaks the Stoic model. Aesthetic distance does not insulate a viewer into a state of sadistic voyeurism. The artificiality of the environment actually lowers our cognitive defenses, allowing for a deeper emotional connection. Distance does not create cruelty. The data shows it is a mechanism that generates profound empathy. 2. The theory of tragic conversion. The second failed model comes from philosopher David Hume, often called the theory of tragic conversion. Hume theorized that the eloquence and aesthetic beauty of a well-crafted artwork somehow intercepts the painful emotion and converts it into a dominant, pleasurable one. The fatal flaw in this logic is that it relies on a flat, unidimensional view of emotion, assuming the brain can only process a single feeling at any given time. Psychologists now study a phenomenon that contradicts this entirely, known as mixed feelings. Using evaluative space grids, empirical studies consistently demonstrate that test subjects can and routinely do report experiencing concurrent, opposing emotional states. When you sit in a theater and watch an O'Neill play, you do not stop feeling sad because the dialogue is beautifully written. You feel devastatingly sad and aesthetically pleased at the exact same time. Because the brain can sustain simultaneous, conflicting emotional states. The concept of a single feeling converting into another is scientifically obsolete. The pain is not transformed into joy. Both states exist in parallel, meaning the original negative effect remains fully intact and unaccounted for. 3. The control theory. The final classical attempt to resolve the paradox is John Morriall's control theory. Morriall compares tragedy to a roller coaster. He argues we enjoy the simulated terror because we know the safety harness works and the ride will end. Psychologist Clark Macaulay tested how fictional tragedies impact a viewer's emotional baseline to see if safety actually neutralizes distress. If the control theory were true, stepping out of the theater and removing the stimulus would instantly end the distress. Instead, Macaulay's data shows that violent or tragic art amplifies and sustains negative effect long after the event is over. Your nervous system does not instantly shut down its chemical survival responses simply because your logical brain knows the play has concluded. Knowing you are safe in a theater seat does not mitigate the physiological reality of the trauma. The body still absorbs the blow, leaving the core paradox completely unsolved by classical philosophy. To find an actual solution, we must discard philosophical guesswork and look at the hard biological data of how the brain processes these complex states. This brain model highlights the amygdala, the center for processing fear. Now, the prefrontal cortex, the region for cognitive appraisal and positive effect. During a tragedy, both centers fire at the exact same time. The implication here is absolute. We are not experiencing a single, confused emotion. The brain is running two distinct, parallel processing tracks. The somatic track. The somatic track reacts blindly to the painful stimulus, pumping stress hormones into the body. The cognitive track. While the cognitive track evaluates the context and meaning of what you are seeing. The neurobiology proves the simulated pain is physically real to your body. To find the pleasure, we must look entirely at how the cognitive mind appraises the experience. Philosopher Noel Carroll provides a framework to understand this appraisal through a concept called emotional address. The idea that narratives are highly engineered systems designed to direct our cognitive focus. The cognitivist model shows a raw emotion requires two distinct targets. The intentional object, the specific thing your emotion is directed at, like a snake. The formal object, the logical criteria triggering the emotion, like your belief the snake is dangerous. Apply this cognitive map to the experience of a theatrical tragedy, and the paradox becomes visible. The negative track. On the negative track, the intentional object is the tragic fate of the characters on stage, and the formal object is our belief that their suffering is terrible. This triggers genuine, amygdala-driven grief. The positive track. But the resolution lies in the positive track. The cognitive mind simultaneously appraises a second, entirely different formal object. The mastery, structure, and execution of the narrative itself. The pleasure you feel in the theater comes directly from your intellectual appreciation of how beautifully the emotional trap was built, even as your body suffers from being caught inside it. We do not pursue tragedy because we harbor sadistic tendencies or because we possess a mechanism to magically numb the pain. We pursue it because human cognition is advanced enough to endure profound, simulated grief, while simultaneously extracting immense pleasure from the structural genius that engineered it. Have you ever cried during a movie or show and felt strangely satisfied afterward instead of just sad? Drop a comment below. Okay guys, take care and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.